Welcome back, everyone. It is Dyson Sphere program time, the rise of the dark fog, which we are combating. What is combat mode here? Combat mode difficulty 1. Okay, so everything's at just 100%. We're at 100%, and we got to get ready for combat with the dark fog at some point. For now, I follow my goals list here. Keeps things interesting enough for me, and hopefully interesting enough for you. Let's get into it. Build a mining machine to collect titanium ores. Okay. It's a normal thing to do. Build 3 of them. Silicon and also smelters. So actually, let's aim for making 2 more of those, and then let's make 8 smelters in total. So we've got stone veins, and also seeing as this planet probably doesn't have rotation, there is always going to be a dark side to this planet if there's no rotation. From what I can tell, the dark side stays the same. This is no Earth. When I was writing sci-fi stories, when I was having to come up with various ideas for planets and civilizations, I realized, like, there's a lot to play with, but there are also a lot of limitations just because of real life. Like, the more realistic you make it, you know. That was one of the limitations I thought about. Like, wow, people literally could be living on a planet where you only see light, sunlight on one side of the planet, and it's the entire day, for all hours of the day. And in fact, what even are hours anymore, you know? Alright, so now all the equipment should be prepared. Where are them? Yeah, so here are the mining machines. The question is, do I want to build it on the bright side of the planet? I see iron veins there. If there's silicon, that would be really cool. But I don't see any. There's iron, copper. It's mostly titanium, as the new resource, I mean. There's no silicon, from what I can tell. Maybe that's something that pops up on its own later on, or you can get it from titanium. So, do I want to build on the bright side of the planet? Oh, I guess this planet must be slowly rotating. Not too sure. Not too sure. It says it's 8:04 in real life right now and 9:09 on this planet, I think. Switch time format. Click to change time format to 12-hour clock, 24-hour. Okay, that's cool. That might be useful. Using military time is always more useful. No offense to regular time peoples. No offense. Alright, that's good enough. And then, okay, the problem with having built this here is that we're far away from the iron veins, so I might actually just, I changed my mind. It's a nice titanium reserve there, but there's actually more here anyway. And then I can kind of center the base here. So let's think before we do. Even though thinking is boring to people waiting for some action, this isn't beyond all reason. Where you have to constantly think on your toes or on the edge of your seat. Constant. Just constant. Constant. Oh man. Will I be able to get that last one there? Darn. I need to get used to using the shortcuts too. It's just gotta remember which one is which.
Insufficient materials.
There we go. It's perfect. So you want the more mineral patches that you have the mining facility focused on, the faster you get your resources. So it says right there 7 times here, so that's 210 per minute. If I only have 6 mineral patches covered, that's 180 per minute. So if I can get that second patch there, yeah, there, 240 per minute. And then 210 per minute. One of the patches aren't being covered, and that's okay. That'll be like my personal titanium getting patch. Okay. And then we'll set up the smelters.
Flight mode.
Here. Here. And yeah. All production will be in the center here. I'm tired of smelters being like right next to, you know, the mining facilities. We'll just keep it at 3. No, let's make 4, 5. Let's make 5 of them. Let's get everything connected. It's a beautiful Monday. I look forward to Mondays now because I have so many ideas that I get to test out with these various concept platforms that we call video games. Always keeps my mind engaged. Some people like to feel that way, some people don't. I'm one of those people who do. Tetris is certainly going to help with the shortcut finding, for me. Since it makes use of a lot of, or Tetrio, when I was playing right before this game, you have to do a lot of keyboard things. It's a great keyboard practicing type of game. Great practice for the keyboard. Words, grammar. Alright, now we need these, what do we call these? Wind turbines. I'm running out of materials. So...
Flight mode.
Before silicon, should have some iron ready. Now, one thing I want to figure out is after I have completed laying down the line here, and I want to, so it says choose starting position, right? So, okay, we'll keep iron down there. If I want to change to a different path or just start brand new, okay, right click. That's all I gotta do is right click. That was easy to do. Now, I don't need the starting mining facilities, I need refining. Okay.
Flight mode.
Wind turbines. Because I still need Tesla towers. Make 4 Tesla towers. Make that 5 Tesla towers.
Flight mode. Replication complete.
Sometimes it is really good using the grid.
Flight mode. Flight mode.
Okay, I'm in construct mode. How do I get out of construct mode again? Thought the button for that was Q. Guess it isn't. Right click, right click, right click. Okay, right click cancels out everything. I think so. Excuse me. High purity silicon. I don't have that yet. I have to make titanium. Alright, let's make more of these Tesla towers. I need magnets too. So change this recipe to create magnets, which cannot be created with the iron ingots. They can only be created with iron ore. And that's like a little bit like not annoying, but just kind of, it's like an anal retentive something in the game where you have to remember it. There's no way around it. You can't just iron ingot your way towards it, you know. Alright. Efficient movement too. I shouldn't be moving around too much on this planet so that I don't run out of fuel. The way the fuel works is that when you move or do anything, it uses up a little bit of fuel from the fuel chamber. Okay. I grab those from out of there. Now I can make a bunch of these if I need to, so I'll make 5 of them. Started on titanium. Build a mining machine to collect silicon ores. Are these silicon ores? Oh, okay, so from... No, what are these? Are these silicon? I never actually... No, this is titanium ore, so... Build a smelter to produce a titanium ingot. Why can't I find it in the recipe list? Iron, copper, high purity, silicon, stone brick. Steel? Unlock mass construction. That could be what it is. No? No, that's not gonna help. Can't make it titanium ingots, so something's off. Something's off. And there's no silicon on this planet that I can collect. So, god dang it. I might have to go back to the first planet.
Flight mode.
Is it Castor 3?
Cruise mode. Cruise ended.
Warning,
Flight mode.
warning.
Metastate
You're about to
critical.
intrude dark fog patrol range. They're highly likely to launch an attack. Press Z to enter the combat interface. It assists Icarus in engagement.
Reassemble or redeploy? I'll reassemble. Metadata. Yeah. So the blue
Lost
thing.
connection to center brain. Mission failed.
It's a good thing we had enough smarts to be able to reassemble ourselves.
Flight mode.
We knew the meta.
Flight mode.
Find a better spot for this. Yeah. That's better. That looks better. Okay. So. How do we make titanium? That is the question. There's no silicon on that planet that we went to. So I might need to find a different planet. It's Castor 4, Castor 1. Why does it seem as though that planet is getting invaded? There are bases there. Okay. Well. I'm going to have to go over there.
Flight mode.
should be enough.
Flight mode. Cruise mode.
Here we go. That's a lot better to tag the planet. Okay, just don't land at a base.
Cruise ended.
Right here. And there's silicon. At least we get one patch, which is away from them.
Flight mode.
It's just enough to continue with our goals. If I find out that what I'm saying on my personal Facebook is causing people to not view my YouTube, then I have found another connection. No big deal to me. Finding out the mysteries of life. Who's viewing? Who's lurking my YouTube videos? You know, so on and so forth. It's kind of a bad way to do it. I'm not cussing my mind out on Facebook or anything, but I am kind of, you know, pointing the light in a certain direction, and then it's like smoking certain areas out. You know, I'm not throwing a nade in there, just smoking the area out. So if suddenly I don't have viewers, I mean, people, they react, they respond to emotions, you know? It's a natural part of life. And for my own well-being, I have to make sure that, you know, I know
complete.
what's going on with what I'm doing. Okay, titanium's right there. I just don't want to have to travel all the way. It's a shame that Castor 4, was it? Castor 4 is a desert planet. Welcome back. Hey, check the freezer real fast. I got a surprise for you.
Ooh. Duh. Oh. That brings some chills. Can I go? Thank you.
You're welcome. Those were the only chocolate doughy ones that were on sale,
God,
so.
I'll eat one right now. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, Mom. Alright, I'm getting back into the live stream, okay?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Replication complete.
Now this thing that I'm building here, it's going to help recharge my suit. When my suit's all charged up. Every time, man, you know, I wish I'd never gotten into, like, law, legal things and concepts. I wish I never got into those things. Because, it's a very emotionally charged word. Charged. Like, you know what I mean? It don't... Oh, wait, Mom. Hey, Mom. 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 Hey, Mom. Just to let you know, I don't know why that topic had to come up right at the same time that you were leaving, you know, back towards me, back facing, you know, this direction, but, you know when you charge something up when you charge up an energy unit? Or, like an energy, like a capacitor, power capacitor or something, and then it has, like, you know, it has power within it? Okay, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, you're welcome. I didn't like the last look that she gave me. That was really weird, but whatever. Moving on. Just... I can't live without my peripherals. I gotta have my... Well, I can. I just won't be able to live as good.
Replication complete.
Nowadays, when I feel something I don't like, I really say it. I'm very in touch with how I feel about things. I don't have to say things, but to prepare for the future, things need to be said. So I've collected silicon ores. So what I'm going to do...
Flight mode.
She didn't give me a mean look. It wasn't a mean look. Just for the record, she's not being mean. She's okay. It's just personal taste. Gotta make sure that there's sufficient energy going into the wireless power tower. The dark fog might attack here, so I should prepare a turret while I'm gone.
Replication complete.
Let's check sufficiency, 100%, and then now it's at less than that, because it still requires more power.
Replication complete.
There we go. Oh, it's protected. It's always tough to move on when feelings stick, especially if the feelings are physiological. If feelings stick physiologically, it's a huge annoyance to anybody. So the best way to move on from certain things, I will recommend this: water and food, which I currently am starved and deprived of, for the reason that I am being timely, and there just isn't enough time at all to do everything all at the same time. Delayed gratification. Pros and cons. There's an 80% threat at caster 3. So as soon as it's 100%, it's like having a star or 2 stars in Grand Theft Auto. Dark Fog planetary base there basically says it's about time that we go and raid your base.
Cruise ended.
Titanium recipe is unavailable. So something is wrong. Do I need an assembling machine?
Replication complete.
Assemble an ore ingot? Yeah, no. Alright. I'm going to save game. New planet 2. And quit game. And re-enter game. And sometimes if feelings stick, just quit out. Quit. Don't take it as like a quit right now and then, you know, get dragged back into a fight or something. Just quit out with your mind or something, you know. Take a break. I don't get it. It says here, build a smelter to produce titanium ingot. That's what I did. It has to be a bug. What the hell? Technologies. Okay, wait. I have titanium ores already. So... early access gaming. Smelting purification. Okay, that's complete. Resulting from recent advances in metallurgy. Ore purification technology enables the extraction of high purity advanced products. Okay, maybe I'm stupid. I have the silicon ores, so I'll do this instead. I'll make silicon, high purity silicon. I'll do that instead, and let's see what happens. If the goal is checked off, then it's not supposed to say titanium ingots. It says I collect the high purity silicon. Oh, that didn't make a difference. Steel smelting, titanium. Yeah, look, titanium smelting has to be researched. Where is that in the goal list? So that's something that needs to be figured out.
Flight mode.
I handed the creators of this game my faith, and look what they've done.
Cruise ended.
That was a misstep, is what they might call that. Like the face my mom made, probably contrived. That's where you are right now? Okay, oh, that's where you are right now. My mom's a pretty good, intuitive person, I like to believe. That's why, it's like, that affected me in a way that, what does that mean? Misstep. Misstep. Perhaps next time just purchase cigarettes instead of feeding into the cravings. Into the cravings of the feral. The feral is something we're supposed to leave behind from the church group and whatever the heck else, you know. I don't want to say the church group because it's like an area of effect, an invisible energy that just kind of created and propagated by whoever's into that, you know. And I'm not gonna lie about it. At this time, I'm also not feeling very positive, you know. I'm not feeling very happy about anything, especially because of that stupid Probably that. That's the main
Flight
thing.
mode.
Like, thanks for making me feel stupid. I don't really care if I look stupid about that. There's nothing I can do about that, but it just... I wasted my time. I wasted my time.
Flight mode.
There's a lot of stones. I don't need that much.
Flight mode. Flight mode.
Let's go ahead and break that line down. All the stone that was on that line is automatically transferred to my inventory. It's a good thing I played a little bit of Tetris today. I just need to wake up a little bit more, and I don't drink
Replication
coffee
complete.
anymore. I'll start drinking coffee, and then I realize I need to stop drinking coffee. Coffee makes me stink. It actually does. It's like I start sweating out just coffee or something, I don't know. I'm drinking coffee with some, what do you call it? Probos. That'll keep this facility busy. Research is complete in about a minute, 20 seconds. What else do I need? A little bit more glass. Sort my inventory. Get rid of the stone that I said I was going to get rid of. That's connected to something. Somebody. Oh, yeah. Sadness. Create another depot for more glass. Oh, engines. Speaking of those,
Flight mode. Research complete.
engines are being used to make something, right? Not really, huh? Okay.
Data shows there aren't any natural titanium veins on this planet. You can obtain some titanium ores by collecting gravel. If you need a large amount of titanium, find a planet with titanium veins as soon as possible.
That's the one thing that's good about this game. It kind of removes the challenge of working with the conveyor belts from Factorio. Is that the same direction conveyor belts don't connect unless you really want them to connect, so it's nice. Thank you, creators of this game, for that. There we go.
Flight mode.
Work on storage.
Replication complete. Flight mode.
One more of these types of posts and then I'm done with it. Something informative. Brand squiggles. Should keep some more
Flight mode.
energy of matrices on, just in case.
Cruise mode.
Wait, not yet.
Cruise
Not
ended.
yet. Not yet.
Flight mode.
I need more conveyor belts. No, I don't.
Flight mode.
There we good.
Cruise mode.
I need food and water. There we good. Caster 4. Shit. Get. Did you hear what I just said? Get? Hmm. 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 Oh, don't land at the base over there.
Cruise ended. Flight mode.
More flight, more flight, more flight. Okay. There we go. Titanium ingots.
Replication
Imagine someone
complete.
having quit the game because they didn't see in the goals list to research titanium smelting. They just couldn't figure it out. Like, the game's busted. It's early access. How many experiences have we ruined by jumping the gun? Alright, so we want proliferators now. Proliferators. How do I unlock a proliferator? Upgrades? we're already working on the school. It's gonna take a minute. Now, let me take a minute and gonna go and get some meat and some water.
Extraterrestrial dark fog is assaulting.
A dark fog? Yeah, I was actually just thinking about what I did yesterday and then posted about yesterday on Facebook about the church, the community in close proximity to here.
Upgrade complete. Flight mode.
You've
Go ahead.
unlocked Blueprint. You can now make batch copies of production line plans. Press
Building
Control
destroyed.
and C to enter copy mode. Click the left mouse button to select the desired area. Then press Control and V
Building
to
destroyed.
paste the copied blueprint. Alternatively, press 0 to
Yeah,
open
I
the
knew to place turrets next to the
where you can
water.
browse
I mean, not the
and use
water,
all saved blueprints.
the oil.
With powerful blueprints,
Building
you can
destroyed.
then build a huge industrial empire.
Okay, cool. So, anyways, I'm trying to read that. Production line plans.
Building
Control
destroyed.
C. Control V.
Building
Oh, that's
destroyed.
cool. A lot of buildings are getting destroyed over there.
Building destroyed. Flight mode. Building destroyed.
Nowhere. Okay, I'd better go then. Yeah, I got up and started thinking about the church and the community, and I think they just, I don't know, their eyes are on me because of a few Facebook posts that weren't, like, terribly mean towards them. It's just very exposing. People don't really like to be exposed when they're doing bad things or when they're bad. They don't want to be exposed, like a hoarder, for example. And you say, wow, this person keeps way too many things. And so it's just getting in the way all the time when I try to walk past.
Replication complete.
You know, saying something like that, for example, it can be very exposing, very revealing. Even though it's the truth. Sometimes you're supposed to keep the truth to yourself, but with racial issues, you keep the truth to yourself, nothing's going to change, ever. And as long as I have to live on this planet, I'm gonna hope for some changes. I'm gonna help make those changes. And that's why some people don't want me to live on this planet. And that's what I'm combating. And that's what people are trying to protect and yet not protect, because that's just plain wrong. Die already! Die! There aren't very many people like me who live in my hometown anymore. And then a friend of mine told me that they did kind of lowbrow the people around it. I don't know. Up in the mainland, it's really different. A lot of family members in California, Vegas, Texas. Different. Washington.
Replication complete.
Probably Oregon, too. Birth family. So that's on the low end of things. That's the low ideas that an eagle should keep its eye on. I was gonna say, it feels like they're saying, keep your mouth shut or we will affect your clientele or something like that. Keep your mouth shut about us or we will affect your clientele. They're already affecting my clientele when my mouth is shut because it's the, sorry, we couldn't help ourselves. Who has the power? Sorry, we couldn't help ourselves. I'm not going to say it's a racial issue either. I'm not going to say what it is, but I'm saying that's an us versus them. Brain superiority didn't have much to do with it. Funny to say. Planet Maritera. Planet Scorchidea. Planet Lava. It's just called Planet Lava. Okay. Sufficiency is at 100%. The wireless power tower.
Replication complete. Flight mode. Cruise mode. Cruise ended. Flight mode. Flight mode.
A building has been destroyed by dark fog. Engineer, hold the left mouse button on the gray hologram to instantly reconstruct it. Ensure the corresponding items are available in your inventory. Alternatively, you can press X to completely dismantle it.
No, we don't want to do that. That means all that oil has been lost. That really hurt. It felt personal. This attack felt personal. I get up to go and replenish my health, and then they attack my work. It's cloudy outside today.
Replication complete.
What else is missing? Refining oil and more for
Flight
some
mode.
reason. I'm guessing that these need somewhere to go.
Flight mode.
Now I need stones.
Flight mode.
So they destroyed the oil, and they destroyed the mining machines to collect stones. Interesting choice, dark fog. It was like last night. That feeling of a dark fog, it's like an energy, you know? It's an energy that I don't want.
Replication complete.
Temporary places there. Where's the last and final one? Right.
Flight mode.
So they like to attack the production of stones. They like to attack oil refineries, which means advancing. Production and advancement.
Flight mode.
My production and advancement. Racist, short-haired type. Racist, short-haired old lady. Working for the dark fog. You cruel woman.
Flight mode.
Like, what are all these resources for, you know? Put me to the test.
Replication complete.
You don't test me. I don't know why I shortened that. There.
Flight mode.
Right. And we are almost done with reconstruction. Isn't there one of these or something somewhere?
Flight mode.
Is it this? It is that. There.
Flight mode. Replication complete. Flight mode.
Like, I was outside last night, right? Hanging out with my mom, and we didn't go to church. She decided last night to not go to church because she wanted to see what the effects would be for the upcoming week. And I noticed that, so there wasn't just that feeling of like a weird anxiety invading the air. You know, like what happens after something really serious, something really bad happens somewhere, and then you're hanging out in the area and you just kind of feel like an off energy. That's what it felt like last night, just around the smoking benches, right outside the Lonnie Hooley Apartments building. And I noticed that the church group was kind of opposite some of the people walking around. There were people walking around outside. There were youth who seemed like they weren't supposed to be there or something. There was, like, I don't know why, but it looked like the strong were standing apart from the not so strong. They're not as large or something, you know? That was youth walking around in the parking lot. And then there were brown-skinned and black-skinned people walking around individually. Not too many of them, but they were walking around individually, and it just, I don't know, there was like a suspicious feeling I was getting. But then, like, I really thought about it, and it didn't make any sense. Like, why are they considered suspicious? Or what is attracting this type of scene? You know, this scene that seems to be lot wide. Once you step outside of here, there are parking lots everywhere, so the scene can get pretty big. And if you have the eyes for it, you can see a lot going on. It's really weird.
Flight mode. Flight mode. Flight mode. Flight mode. Replication complete. Flight mode.
Power.
Flight mode.
No, no, no. Like, if it's that easy to sell your soul to the devil, can you really blame the people who do, who are just tired of feeling weak, downtrodden? And God said the meek inherit the earth. And then they go and do some kind of weird deal with the devil, right? And it's like, oh, okay, I'm gaining power. Power, the opposite of fear, yay! In the meantime, the devil says, or the devil pulls your strings, and the devil, whoever it is, they say, be careful. If you don't make deals that I tell you to, if you don't do what I tell you to, you'll lose it. to lose power. Christianity isn't prohibited, but the internet, and especially YouTube, is a secular branch of the government.
Replication complete.
Yes, it is. Ooh,
Flight mode.
feel that power. Still need more. More? How much power does this goddamn place need?
Flight mode.
I'm gonna limit automation for now. Go ahead and stop the steel production. It'll cease soon. I already have so much steel, I don't need more. And I
Flight
can make
mode.
more on another planet. Planet. Oh, please. The devil has nothing to do with these poor,
Replication complete.
innocent people. These poor, moneyless, innocent people who can't get anywhere in life without making a deal. Just messing. Oh, it's that kind of belief, maybe. Maybe it's that belief system where it's like, ooh, technology, it's magic. We're not going back to those times, are we?
Flight mode.
Because during those times, I can't be like this. You know what I mean? It's not a good thing to be like this. Like the commander of aliens, the commander guy. Do something! Hey, Star Fox. Oh, hey, that's excessive. Oh. When the people are more wakeful, I think it'll be time to view this. They're giving me time. They're saying, oh, the interesting stuff will come later. Giving me time to just hone my craft. It's really nice, you know. Where is the alien base? That way. Oh, you thought it was just wind, huh? You thought it was just wind, huh? Ah! You're a psycho. More short-haired, racist lady. You're a psycho, then. That would ruin someone's day.
Mineral depleted.
Be flying through the wind turbine field of an enemy and suddenly they get flacked the hell out of, or shelled out of the sky. Oh shit! What I have in my base is what I'm becoming. That's what I think this is all about. I don't want to have bullets traveling all around my base. I prefer that isn't how things are, but whatever. What I could do is plan, like, from this view, plan a line of bullet travel. I need to see what's traveling where. Any coverage here.
Flight mode. Flight mode. Flight mode. Flight mode.
Well, he's without a cauldron. I gotta figure out a way to unlock the proliferator, which means that I have to upgrade my technologies. Let's see, what is a proliferator? Is it this? That's an accumulator. Solar panel. Proliferator MK1. So this requires semiconductor materials. And after that, we'll queue the proliferator. We'll NQ the proliferator. Emotionally charge that word. We've NQ'd. N for intuition. Oh.
Research complete. Flight mode.
Create a blueprint and use a blueprint. Well, well. People who actually are like really good at the blueprinting and, you know, things like that. I mean, I'm impressed thoroughly by people who are able to do that. Technically, this blueprint shouldn't be able to work because you can't place the windmills too close to each other. I still call them windmills, dang it. It's not windmills, it's, what's the term for them? The proper term? Solar turbines. No, I mean, wind turbines. Solar turbines? Is that even real? We're never gonna lose our storage tanks again. We're never going to lose our storage tanks again.
Research complete.
You stole the fizzy lifting drinks. Alright. Using a spray coater, proliferator MK1 can be applied to cargo.
Replication complete.
This coating will result in extra products or production speed up effect when the coated cargo is used as raw materials in the production of next level products. Okay.
You've obtained the recipe for a proliferator. It can greatly increase production efficiency.
Flight
Fit a
mode.
spray coater on a conveyor belt. Feed proliferator from the upper port. The coater will spray cargo on the conveyor belt below. Cargo coated with proliferator has proliferator points. When such cargo is used as raw materials, it yields extra output or accelerates production.
I like it.
Flight mode.
Okay. That is the reason why that looks like that. Too close.
Mineral depleted.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Yeah, you wanna warn me?
Flight mode.
Yay! That mission is complete now.
Flight mode.
Okay. Привет, не России. Красная и игра. И... Did I say it right? Игра? Сказать... Welcome back. Security. Security. What movie was that from where that lady was being suddenly shoved out of the way? You can't be here, and then the guy just starts pushing her. Security! Security! Well. Until the materials are all used up here. Меня zobacznia. Schnell! Get him out of my mind. Get him out of my sight. You know what? There is one significant advantage of being part of the church group, and it's that they are kind of doing like partial. They're doing God's work, but they're infected at the same time with people who don't want to do God's work. So it's tough. It's a real toss-up, Mom. You get pros and cons from going to the church group. I've noticed some things that aren't good, and I've noticed some things that are good. So just letting you know, we'll let the rest of the week pan out, and then this upcoming weekend, I guess you can look forward to going back to church to see if there's a difference.
Good.
Figuring out who the toxic agent is in the church, that's tough to figure out. But I notice a difference. I'm not the toxic agent. Yeah, I picked up the wise-ass personality from having entertained where my mom and aunts from back in the day, back at the Kia Pie house, they enjoyed, like, you know, my spiciness and my fuego, you know. But I was young then, so the wise-ass kind of thing, like, you're supposed to kind of drop that, lose that a little bit when you get to college level, where instead of being that way, I mean, unless you're really good, unless you've sculpted that personality really well. Coming from me, it has a bit of roughness. There's like a raw crude oil kind of feeling coming from the wise ass remarks, and that's what society doesn't like about my form of wise ass. And I understand. I get how it feels because I've had that type of uncle, smoke cigars, and then, you know, just, you know, you know, feels your shirt or rubs your head, your hair, without, you know, asking for permission. It's like, I just did my hair. I mean, oh, you did your hair? What are you, a girl now? Wussy. It does get kind of annoying sometimes.
Flight mode.
Alright, so now ammunition should be prepped all
Flight mode.
across the base here, except for this location, I think.
Flight mode.
This location needs some protection. So I'm going to provide protection. I left a comment on Facebook. Mom, stop. You can turn up your phone, you had your phone blasting, and that's copyrighted material. How many? This is the 13th, 12th, or 13th time. Mom.
Yeah.
That's getting old, reminding you. It's tough to calm down after the third time.
Flight mode.
Okay, I actually want to ask you, why are you doing that? Why do you do that?
I don't do it on purpose, I'm sorry.
Do you need like a reminder that you can read? But you have to read.
No.
Should I blow up your phone until you ignore my messages? Like, what do you want from me so that you can determine when you should or shouldn't do that? I already told you my live streaming schedule today. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So what happens? Just mindless decision?
Yeah, and it didn't seem that loud to me.
It didn't seem that loud to you. Well, what was the volume bar at?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. So obviously it's
Can you turn up the volume for a moment? A little bit more. A little bit more. Turn it down a little bit more. Turn it down a little bit more. Alright, that won't be picked up on the microphone. Now turn it up a little bit. Turn it up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's okay. Maybe. It's still a bit high. It is picking up things from the microphone.
even right
Oliver.
now.
It is, but it's negligible at this time because I told you to turn it down below that point where it was loud enough for me to, to know. So it does pick up on the microphone. It's just also the game audio is up, so I'm not too bothered by that. But according to AI, copyright industry, they don't care. They don't care. They'll take your money away. Like, I wanted to be able to play some ROMs, emulation, old games. I wanted to be able to have like a retro day. No. I am going to have to purchase the actual item or something similar like that Nintendo 64. There's a really cool Nintendo 64 that they've come out with for the modern day. And now you can hook up the N64, the modern day version of the N64. You can hook it up via HDMI, and you have like a 4K visual on screen of Nintendo 64 video games. Isn't that cool? And then not only that, you can have Bluetooth controllers hooked up to it that look exactly like this controller here.
Oh.
It's built for that console only, and they sell out a lot. So, anyways, what was I saying? Yeah. So I wanted to do ROMs emulation, but I sacrificed that from any part of my schedule because it's dirty. It's like having copyrighted material just running in the background on the microphone. If it was royalty free, I don't care how loud your phone is. I don't care. You could blast the music. It might enhance a live stream, She could be blasting that royalty free music right here next to me, and I'll be talking to you guys like, now I'm working on the wind turbines. I'm working on, hold on. This just in. You could look at something like the video broadcast for microphone filter. I'm already using a filter. You got to understand that I have two filters on, actually. I might still have the expander filter on, but one of the filters that I have on, it's a noise gate. you literally don't hear any graininess when I'm not speaking. When I'm not speaking, the microphone's at 0 level. But when I start to, that's why when I start to hear music or when I see the microphone level going up, yeah, I know. And being in a shared space, especially when I prep and plan and say ahead of time, this is what I'm going to be doing, and I'm given no disagreement, there's kind of the expectation. So if I was told, well, I want to be able to listen to music at that time, I want to watch TV at that time, what are we going to do? I could just say, okay, well, I guess I'll plan not to play this game or that game. I could just play a game without, you know, being on the microphone. You know, I mean, I'm willing to work with. But when you literally plan in advance, and then, I'm not saying my mom here, but when you plan in advance and someone's just throwing wrenches into, like, it's like, hello, why? You didn't disagree. Why are there wrenches with the agreements? Why? You know what I mean? Like, that would be like if my mom plans in advance, you know, I'm going out with my friends, and then, I don't know, I just plan, or I do something that causes her to not be able to go out with her friends. Like, why would I do that? You knew I was going out today. You knew. What? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. And then I'm scorned for the rest of the day. Like, thank God I'm not a scorner, you know? I'm sorry, but when it comes to, you know, people that I've known for many years, I'm gonna have to shut everyone else up. Unless they do something way out of character, like if they killed you, I could understand why you'd have a complaint. Just speaking to your body, like, I didn't know that they are like that. I'm sorry. Like, no, I'm just messing. I'm just joking. Anyways, let's go ahead and input that into the game. Let's do an all-around, all-together kind of thing going on here. I am working on some military equipment at this time. I'm currently bolstering my base. That's what all this is right here. Before I went idle for a little bit to address the situation. Now I'm back here.
Flight mode.
And there's no ammo in this Gauss turret, so we're just gonna let the ammo roll in. Auditor 968 says, I totally get it. I just mean it may be worth trying out more advanced filters in addition to a noise gate. Oh shoot, my stream was behind a minute or two. Sorry for the delay. No worries. No problem. No, yeah, I have the filters that I have, and it's just, it would be nice if there was a filter that could pick up background noise that is very obviously not a clear voice. You know, it just sounds tinny. Instead of working on like a frequency chart, where well, yeah, because if it's on a frequency chart, then it'll cut my voice. So it has to not work on a frequency chart, but on something, it's got to be something else. It's like volume and frequency at the same time. Like, clearly that volume isn't coming from the desktop audio. You know? Yes, that's exactly what NVIDIA Broadcast does. I'll have to try it sometime. I can't... When I see the term NVIDIA at this current time... Well, unless... I don't know. Do I have to have NVIDIA, like, hardware at all? Do I have to have anything NVIDIA? I don't have anything NVIDIA installed because I don't have NVIDIA hardware. And every time I've read about NVIDIA, this and that, people talking about their GTX 5000 900 million, 2,300s, you know, like, I mean, just all kinds of GTX things. I can't relate. I'm sorry. I'm not there yet. And it could be a source of frustration. But I just, you know, I tell myself the truth, like, well, you know, all things take time.
Flight mode.
Like, I wonder how happy YouTubers became when they realized that software and hardware was heading in the direction of making YouTubing, live streaming, like, that much better. I know, for example, there's someone, I can't remember if it's a person who has a setup. He has a setup where it's like 3 monitors. I think it's one widescreen, and then he might have one widescreen monitor above that for, you know, Windows operating system things, browsing and whatnot, and then he's got the game monitor below the Windows system operations, and then he has a monitor on the right side. He has a screen on the right side, and it's vertical, and it just shows all the chat. It just shows all the different chats from Twitch, from YouTube, from wherever. You're not supposed to have kick chat. I didn't see kick chat, to his credit. You're not supposed to mix Twitch and kick, if you did not know that. Now you do. It's in the rules. It's kind of like ROMs and emulation, though. Like, everyone does it. I don't know what's going to happen next. I will be honest. So, sorry for that moment of, I mean, it's just, I don't know. If impatience were a factory, where would it be? I'm gonna look for that today.
Flight mode.
The sorter. So I have one sorter that needs to be repaired. Where is it? Sorting needs to be faster. It's probably a matter of what was going on? Did they say later on today? Wait, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Too much information at once. Way too much information at once. Yeah, you don't want that just floating around. And then, what's going on? Right. And then these turbines need to be constructed. First time creating a blueprint or second time creating a blueprint? I can't remember. Yeah, you would need NVIDIA hardware for that, but there are other options. Let me look around a bit now, I'm curious. Totally get the aversion to NVIDIA stuff right now. Yeah, I mean, just for now, you know. I have 3 displays. It's really nice. I have a vertical monitor on my left for Discord and a second smaller horizontal display to the right for more space for whatever I'm working on. Yeah, one of those awesome spruced up computers that are, you know, a big pimpin' computers. Very cool. Oh, that's why. I didn't make enough of these structures here. I have bitterness in my heart at this time. Bitterness and resentment. Not towards you in particular, Otter, but there's a bitterness, resentment that was created during Instagram time. So I have like an Instagram section of my life that exists where I've created probably more than 15,000 videos on Instagram. and just kept just going and producing those videos. And bitterness and resentment. It was a terrible time in my life. Terrible time in my life. You don't know the worst of some of the best until you put them through a tough time. And I was going through a tough time, and people were ragging on my worst, and it's like, what do you expect? You shouldn't expect anything at all. Other than I mean, like, hello.
Flight mode.
Like, fight me then. Fight me. Fight me to be that silent and repressed guy that I used to be. Fight me. I used to have that guardish, like, strong, silent type, you know, personality thing going on, I guess. And I got tired of it, dude. Because, you know what? No one deserved that side of me. No one deserved that. Everyone else was going at that time. And that was before I got onto Instagram. I used Instagram maybe like once in my life. Before making like just religiously one video after the other. That was also before I went to Texas. And after I quit my DoD job as a GS5 guard officer. I didn't use Instagram, you know. I was that guy who really heeded the words, do not take pictures because you are on a base that is secured. So no one knew anything. It almost looked like I never even worked.
Flight mode.
People were probably wondering, where does he go? What is he doing? I didn't even think of that. I thought enough people had seen me leaving the gym. You know, like security cameras, or maybe, I mean, security people behind the security cameras, they do get the opportunity to tell people, we don't know, when they actually do know. They can lie. So, in order to support my story, I'd need for them to show them the evidence, but... Oh, sorry, we delete the video evidence every 2 months, so now no one knows whether or not I was preparing for work in the morning, well, the people who are out of the know, they don't know. Slowing down. And I mean, I don't know, I just had like an intuition not to continue with my career at that time. I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't the right direction for me. And I wasn't sure what to do next, other than, you know, help my ex and her family at the time. You know.
Flight mode.
I'm not saying, overall, I'm not saying my mom deserves to be talked to in an impatient way. She doesn't deserve that, and neither do I deserve to have to suddenly be told, I'm sorry, but you can't make money. That affects me and my mom. And that's why I'm kind of just like, really? It's like having a kid who puts sugar inside of the gas tank. It's like, how am I going to get to work? Now I have to go and catch the bus. And we had bills to pay this Friday. This Friday I was going to get paid, and now I don't know how I'm going to get money, so I'm going to have to go and ask someone else. Alright, that's good. Wireless power tower, 100% sufficiency, and I'm up to 400 megajoules. Time to go back to goals here. So, increase efficiency of production line using proliferators. That's a great idea. However...
Flight mode.
I don't know what to do with all this hydrogen, man. Like, and the factories aren't going to work
Flight
if
mode.
there's all this hydrogen. Sorry, not factories, refineries. There's just too much hydrogen.
Flight mode.
Oh, wow. I don't have enough room in my inventory, so I'm going to have to... Oh, luckily that wasn't sorted.
Flight mode.
When out of the building range, hold shift and click the right mouse button on the ground to move the mecha.
Flight mode.
Also, I did buy ice cream.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thought that was enough preparation. I don't understand. Well, imagine what it would be like if I treated you like a Pavlovian experiment. If we have to break things down to the brain chemicals, whether or not we have dopamine levels up, serotonin levels up, so on and so forth, well, that wasn't a very serotonin move, and
Flight mode.
if you realized it, I was preparing your dopamine receptors to be fed. Oh shit, that's right.
Flight mode.
I just took hydrogen away from higher end research. That was my own fault. Hydrogen. Because I dried the scene. I thought that avoiding the church would create less problems. it doesn't stop neighbors from being around here. Now we're getting to the root of the problem. I'm not fully convinced that what I'm saying actually is the 100% truth. Not that I'm lying or aiming at lying, I'm not sure if my aims are correct, especially after having taken hydrogen away from my research. Research had to stop for a moment. Why? Unlock planetary logistics system. Produce 2 planetary logistics stations. Okay. Actually, it's funny that that happened right then. One of my friends who invited me to their game in this video game, when he invited me into that game, we talked about that for a little bit, that logistic stations become kind of a problem. So it has something to do with him. Teching up fast. So I have all these extra things that I have to deal with. Obviously. Well, I'm kind of guessing that that friend has less obstacles in his course, meaning that he can run a track. I'm not running a track, I'm running some sort of jungle gambit. So knowing the difference, I know how to make things easier for people who are going through a lot of obstacles. However, I don't necessarily make it that much easier for people who are teching up quick, because I'm not used to it. You can speak, Mom. It's okay.
Research complete.
You've unlocked the splitter. Use 3 different patterns of a splitter to divide cargo into multiple batches for easier sorting or to manage the workload of multiple conveyor belts. Okay. And actually, with that, I'm going to provide a thought to think about. Think about race and racism and racially charged situations. Think about, actually, without the racially charged situations, without too much of the isms, think about just pure and simple race and how people look. So let's say that you have cowboys as a race and then Indians as a race, right? I know that's silly, but we don't want to target a particular race of any sort. So let's just say cowboys and Indians to be more general, okay? So you have your cowboys and your Indians as their own particular specific races, their own unique race. And then when you have an Indian who is smarter than all these cowboys, or a cowboy who is smarter than all these Indians, do you think that the Indians are likely to follow the cowboy when the cowboys are known for being smart, or vice versa? If it becomes competition, if it's competitive, if it's no longer like, oh, let's all learn together, and it becomes pity those who are losing, but never let them win. And then what do they look like, right? What do the cowboys look like? Well, the cowboys are gonna say it's gonna look bad if we're following the Indian. The Indian's gonna say it's gonna look bad if we're following the cowboy. We don't want to do that. No matter how smart. No matter how smart, it's got to be Indians following the Indian, and then cowboys following the cowboy. I've dealt with that as well. Why were you bowing? I feel like AI learned from me. might get a few FUs here and there. Yikes. Hydrogen burns up even when I'm not using it, so that isn't efficient.
Flight mode. Flight mode.
Should make things easier for me. Let's make one more arc smelter. Ooh. They gave me some free sorter MK2s for completing the research. I still have yet to use the proliferators, so what I'm going to do is use the proliferators on this line of coal, actually. I should begin that now. Sorry, buddy. I didn't read this fast enough. If not in the video, do you have an AMD GPU? I don't have an AMD GPU, as far as I'm aware. Apparently AMD Adrenalin IRC that comes with the driver has a built-in noise suppressor similar to the video broadcast. So I just have to find basically the equivalent of whatever it is, whatever GPU chipset that I have. Because it's probably hardware-based, right? A hardware-based filter or something, right? I doubt I can send links, but search AMD noise suppression technology. Okay. I'll have to figure that out today. Alright, so here we go. Setting the proliferator here. And that'll make coal either, I don't know, more coal or just quicker. In production of the next level items. Ooh, wait a minute. I might want to place it there instead. I might want to use a splitter as well. Maybe not. It's all just coal. So they were getting ready to go upstairs and punch him in the face. Brain squiggles. The sweet person is always the person without the objectives, without the goals. It's just the dang truth. You can't get to the infection with a dull tool. And I don't want to be infected with rage.
Do not redeem it!
Mom.
Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it!
You can't feel me probably on how I treat my mom or whatever it is that you believe, whoever you are. Just going with the brain squiggles here, right? Because you don't have the same attachments. You don't have the same financial attachments. You don't have the same memory attachments. You don't have the same anything. And you have beliefs that are already fixed and set in place that haven't been affected enough.
Replication complete.
Or you're thinking it's too black and white. And that's why you're thinking, like, how could... Like, no. You need to create a bit of a gray zone. Because some things shouldn't happen. But some things happen a certain way. And then, what are you going to do about it? You purchase a brand new... something having to do with cleaning
Replication
supplies.
complete.
And then it just gets messed up just a little bit, and you throw it away? That's what you call more of a Puritan stance. Well, we take pride in having things that work right. I don't. I don't take pride in that. Don't have that upgrade yet. Or vertical... Actually, you know what? I could just... Here, that's better. Whoops. Much better. If I were the Perez from XCOM, I know what my death would be. It would be up close. Just a shout out to XCOM. XCOM Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within. XCOM Enemy Within. I need to unlock planetary logistics system. That's a pretty good break-in for a hijacker. I don't even remember what I just said. Planetary logistics system. Yeah, shit gets crazy after a while. When things heat up too much. So I don't necessarily want to be in full control here, because I will heat up on certain things that have bothered me for a while. You know, it's like a werewolf. Like, no, don't! Please! Fight the feeling! What was that guy's name? Lupus? Or Lupin? Or... Professor? Professor... The one from Harry Potter that turns into the werewolf?
Yeah, I think Lupin. think.
Yeah. Don't look at the moon. It's just like, ah, like I'll end up being like that probably. I've been bothered by this issue forever. I could solve it right now. Engineering here. Not in a leadership position, thank you. Unlock planetary logistics system. So that means that I haven't researched something that will give me planetary logistics. Right. I know that. But what could it possibly be? I hate that. I hate that I'm so slow when I'm reading that. Like,
I'm going downstairs.
okay, Mom. I'll be here. Alright. I hate when I do that because it says unlock. That means that it's currently locked behind something else. If it says, I think, upgrade or, you know, something, then, I mean, does it use a different term for that? Anyways. Requires magnetic levitation. There we go. Oh, these things, electromagnetic turbines. Oh. I'm going outside too. Look at that. Wow. Extra products, so that's what's currently going on with the proliferator. I get extra products. And that's why there's such a beautiful line here, aside from research. Wow, this thing's already full. Ha ha! Chance from Homeward Bound. Ah! Ah! Why am I constantly burning fuel now, though?
Flight mode.
Unlock planetary logistics system. Produce 2 planetary logistics stations. Produce a logistics drone. Complete a transportation mission with a logistics drone. Structure matrix. Unlock structure matrix. Produce a titanium crystal using an assembling machine. Alright, so whoever's logical here. Okay, let me read this here. If you right click on your taskbar and open Task Manager and scroll to the bottom, it will tell you which GPU you have. Sorry if this is distracting you from the game. It isn't. You know, I'm just taking my time. It's something that would accomplish the. I know what you're working on with me. You're trying to help me not interact with my mom in the way that you just witnessed. I hope you like my Instagram. Remember that guy from No Country for Old Men? I don't know, for some reason that scene popped up in my mind where he's sitting on the couch and the phone is ringing. He's just sitting there like, you can have the money.
Flight mode. Flight mode.
And that isn't it, because emotions are everywhere, and it's a good thing that we have movies and video games and stories, acting, to be able to finally understand feelings. We're all learning here. It isn't just logic, pure and simple. It never is.
Research complete.
Magnetic levitation was just upgraded. Research, excuse me. You've unlocked the electromagnetic turbine. Use it to generate magnetic force to levitate objects. Okay, what do I need in order to make those? I need a lot of shit. Okay.
Flight mode.
I don't want to be the Matt Damon, you know. If you know movies and then you like space travel. Sorry, you can't do that, God known. He berated. No, that is not berated. ISO speed taught me some very valuable lessons. Just focus on what I'm working on here. So we need not just the ingots. We don't need ammo. We don't need ammo. What we need is the magnetic. Yeah, these thingamajigs. I need gears. Monday morning is a drudge, not a dredge, a drudge for a lot of the people who probably would otherwise be viewing YouTube videos and things like that. Loyal followers and the sort. Monday
Replication
mornings.
complete.
Monday. Don't you dare sing that song. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You will be placed in a world of pain and suffering if you continue to sing that song. Oops. Getting ahead of myself there. Come on, focus, man. Focus! You don't need medicine. Focus. Just stop being entertained by your own thoughts and voice. Be entertained by the game. Yes, sir. Compliance? Huh? Why do you laugh like that? I can't.
Replication
Can't do
complete.
Don't mock me, boy. Get these things out of the way. Get them out of the way. Get them out of here.
Flight mode. Replication complete.
This is gonna be big factory area. So the streets are cruel to any woman. The streets are cruel to men, too. And the products of the streets are cruel to men and women. It's what you know.
Replication complete.
It's not what you know. It's what you can prove in court. Yeah, I learned that. Deep, dark, mysterious. It's turning into nighttime. Oh boy. Oh boy. That isn't much time left before nighttime. Oh boy. Alrighty then. And every game, every one of these, like every, how do I say this? Every instance of this game is its own. Every game. So your game isn't gonna have my situation in it. My situation is pure and simple. My situation isn't your situation. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. When help moves from the invisible factories into the real factories, don't get it twisted. Right click. I gotta remember that. Right click. You see, the darker I get, the more productive I become, because I'm hitting the mark. The enemy who forged war against me using forgeries. Someday justice will come. For now, I build electric motors. What does he say? Oh, but what better game to play than good versus evil? A game that lasts for eternity. What did you feel?
Flight mode. Flight mode. Flight mode.
The sim epic. It's good for societies. For individual projects, you'll find the truth on your own. You like my fire? Keeps us warm.
Flight mode. Flight mode. Flight mode. Flight mode. Flight mode.
We're lucky that we don't have to contend with Adam, our forefather. Probably one of the tallest humanoids to have ever lived. After Eve and after Eden, he probably grabbed Cain or Abel or Seth or whoever by the collar, or probably the grandchildren. He said, he like looked at them right in the face, he just grabs the collar, and he's like, leave me alone. The way I was before. Scary, right? I mean, imagine if Adam were actually like that, you know? Like, we think of him as this, like, dumb humanoid. Might not have been, you know? I'm not saying he was corrupt. I mean, human corruption, according to the Bible, came around the time of the generations of Seth. Cain and Abel, I mean, I think they had already died. Cain was swept away by the floods, right? All of Cain and his generations, they're all gone. We don't actually have Cain's generations around. Not anymore. They all took a nosedive. Why is this happening? Okay. Why? What's up with that? Why was I able to do that over here?
Flight mode.
Seth was also, just fun fact, tidbit. Seth was the final boss in Dead or Alive 4, I believe. Was one of the first final bosses. Might have been a Dead or Alive before that. It might have been an entirely different game. What was it called? Soul Calibur. And then the final boss in Dead or Alive 4, I believe, was like a clone of what's her name? Hitomi or something? I should play some fighting games. That'd be pretty badass, huh? You see how it's doing this to me now? Bullshit. I don't understand that. Anunnaki. Sorry, just to let you guys know, you ancient Sumerians, you sound like Ithorians from Star Wars. Just saying. God, God, God. I'll do my best to control my power. I forget that I even have power. That's probably one of those things here at this facility. They pretended like they were unable to hear me for such a long time, like in a way that my voice is actually like I'm gonna end up accidentally, you know what I mean? Accidentally. I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't know if it's a misstep. I don't know if it serves their agenda. I have no idea. Well, it does serve our agenda. It goes to show that you and yours don't know your own limits. Really?
Flight mode.
There's the heart. I'm getting a ping on the heart. Cold. Resentful. Bitter.
Flight mode.
Ah! Look at that. This one lone arc smelter feeding those magnets into all of that over there. You need some friends, man. You need some friends. There we go. Step down, step down, step down.
Flight mode.
And Squiggle, I would have put him up for adoption already. It's just a Monday. I'm never gonna stop with the brain squiggles. It helps keep us focused on what's important with some interesting guardrails to notation system. Chapters that I can, by the way, I didn't realize how easy it is to create chapters. All you have to do is just timestamp your own videos, and literally you get your chapters set in place. So that's what I'm gonna do for my YouTube videos. Some of them, not all of them need them, but for example, the videos that have the encoding issues and crazy problems going on, graphical anomalies, the slideshow, you know, frames per second mode, mode, quote unquote. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I set chapters so you know where to start from in order to enjoy a smooth experience. And also a chapter, I guess, for when you want to review where the problem was actually taking place. Oh, how thoughtful. Yeah. Facebook posts all combined. Seeing what the result is. Don't forget your heart. Don't forget your heart. If you burn too bright in your mind, you might lose heart. Your heart is, after all, a human product. And it isn't just a tool like the brain, like a lot of the brain. It isn't a tool. The heart is what pumps blood into the tool. No blood, no brain. Which means that blood without blood could end up an ended legacy. An understandable fear across all humans. It's a condition.
Flight mode. Flight mode.
Good. Now. High efficiency logistics system is currently being researched. Sorter MK3 sorts cargo more effectively, so it is more useful when demand for resources surges. Mass production. For any of you who guessed that I'm going to create a spray coater, congratulations, you guessed correctly.
Replication complete.
Not sure if I should though, on that spot there. please? Yes.
Flight mode.
According to scientific research, on note of Adam and Eve and what the Bible says, well, one could say that since the mutation typically is XY chromosomes, mutated from the XX chromosomes, XX is supposedly the baseline, meaning that there couldn't have been a beginning with an Adam. It would have had to have been an Eve.
Research complete.
High efficiency logistics system. You've unlocked the conveyor belt with the greatest carrying capacity, a more efficient sorter, and depot with increased capacity. Nice. Which kind of makes men seem like, with that knowledge base, at first you would look at it as, men didn't come first. What is this? What? Flip a table over, you know, something like that. But it's more like, if you could imagine two people who are at baseline level and they say, you know what would be great? And then, you know, a few gene pools later or generations later, then
Replication complete.
you have the XY chromosome begin to appear, the Y mutation. Wow! Where has this been all my life? Where has this been? Like, we are lucky. We get to be, the XY chromosome, in a way, is lucky to be the mutation, the thing that branches out. Like, if you could imagine a branch, and then leaves and flowers, we are the leaves and the flowers that spawn from the tree. So don't get dropped. If you are of the belief that I am speaking of. The reason why I was having a tough time, let's see, not reason, but there was a tough time on my friend's planet because the way that we organized our structures wasn't cohesive enough. We weren't there's a term for it. I just don't know what it is. We just weren't all fully on the same page, you know. Also, welcome back, Mom. You went and got groceries?
Yeah, we had food bank.
Nice.
There's more. I got Ensure if you wanted some.
Thank you.
Yeah, and there's more if you want me to get any more.
What's that, Mom?
There, I can get.
Just leaving my phone. I don't understand past the contrived accent. Remember, I want my mom back. I don't
Yeah.
want community version of my mom that changes the voice. It would be nice if you just your Shrek ogre self. Just be yourself, like everyone who goes home and then they're just being themselves. Oh, thank you. Nice throw. Haribo football mix. That was almost a fumble. I just want my mom back. I don't want community version mom. If you weren't, I mean, it would be like me changing my entire personality for everyone on YouTube. And then I go back to my mom and she's wondering like, who the hell, where'd my son go? Where's my son? I want my son back. You're not talking like Kaeo. You're talking like, you're not even talking like God known. You're talking like someone.
Flight mode.
I'm so used to Factorio that, like, I'm making myself struggle with the conveyor belts.
Flight mode.
More research needs to be conducted. Getting tired of hearing that thing anyway. Oh, lunchtime is coming up soon. I'm getting hungry. That works. This does not. That means modify this. This might not work. So we do that after. Collides with other objects. Shorten. Go there. A conveyor belt. What is it that I'm doing? I totally forgot that this is... I don't even have to do all this. Wrong factory. Although that would have been cool, though. These don't need to be hooked up to that. I was probably reminded by Otter in the comments. I haven't checked comments yet, sorry. I'll check now. Let's see. Done. I've heard people describe that they put on a mask for different situations, e.g. at work, with friends, with strangers, etc. I don't think that makes it not you. I get what you mean, though. Yeah, my mom's V for Vendetta performance needs to end. And I would like for my neck to finally be rearranged in a way that ends my speed run as a politician. Can you imagine Creedy, like, laying there in Titanic for Jack? Oh, man. Speaking of masks, 255 dot. Everyone knows that one. Shut up! I want to be cool. That's not gonna reach. This project just gets bigger and bigger. Just keep needing more and more. No difference from real life, am I right? God dang rail. Sorry, we're gonna need a little bit more of your residential lots to like back up their space a little bit. We're building a rail, and if you don't comply, we're gonna have to demolish all of your homes. Sorry. Why did I just do that? Wait, was I supposed to do that? I wasn't supposed to do that, was I? No, I wasn't. What was it that I was gonna do, though? There was something that... Something... I'm working on something. That was an easy fix. Okay, so I'm seeming like a drug addict probably to some viewers or something when I do this type of thing, whatever you want to call it. It's a risk, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take. Do you have anything more I can take? Huh? 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 This'll do. If it cooperates. That it does. I just want a normal man. Do you? Huh! Wanna know where I got these scars? Oh my god, I know that movie. Imagine though, like, I don't know if you understand what that means. What the heck happened there? Come on, no. He thinks he's tough. Okay, I'll think I'm tough. Yes, sir! I'll think I'm tough. Yes, sir. No! No! Oh, this guy. He's so dumb. Me and the viewer. Just...
Replication complete.
I already have one of these nearby.
Flight mode.
Okay.
Flight mode.
Oh man, it's doing that thing again. God dang it. There isn't enough space for hydrogen. It's too much of the red things, so I need a place for red things. Alright. Right. Right. Oh. Oh. What if I shift mid-click? Now I'm receiving a phone call from New Hampshire. Is that a friend of Massachusetts? It doesn't say spam. I don't know you. Send me a text. Send me a text. Like, subscribe. Setting this crap. There's got to be an easier way. There's got to be an easier way to do this. There's got to be. I'm gonna be. It's off. I'm thinking about the phone call. The phone call is off. Phone call's off. He's not gonna calm down. Okay, so just let him be. For some reason I was remembering that guy named Peter from the movie Inside Man. His phone starts ringing, and then he's looking at everyone like this, like, Oh yeah, so anyways, back to what we were talking about with the masks. Putting on a mask for different situations, work, friends, strangers. I don't wear a mask with my mom. I don't wear a mask in front of strangers with my mom. That's why what I did shouldn't have drawn much suspicion. It should have alleviated suspicions. Me being all rowdy and loud and bawdy, especially when my friends were around, you know. All of us were bawdy, or gouty. Is it bawdy or gouty? And when is lunchtime? 10 minutes. Define bawdy. Yeah, no, I'm not bawdy around my mom. I think gouty is what I meant. Gauge you? No, that's not what I meant. Extravagantly bright or showy, typically so as to be tasteless. Okay, maybe neither. Boisterous. That's a word. Boisterous. That's the right word overall. Noisy, energetic, and cheerful. Rowdy. So going right back to rowdy. 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 Forget about the gaudiness and the bowdiness. Boisterous. It helps put people at ease, you know what I mean? Something that I learned from the people who didn't really put me at ease. They made me feel kind of uncomfortable at first, but then I realized, like, what could be worse, you know? There's some really screwed up, unstable people. Uh-oh, speaking of that, Dark Fog Swarm is launching an assault. It looks like I have fully connected my mind with the game. Looks like a brain with a brainstem, yeah? What's in the future? I don't know. Water. Brightness.
Building destroyed.
Okay, I'll go over there.
Flight mode.
So they destroyed what I blueprinted. That isn't that big of a deal.
Destroyed.
It's not that big of a deal, like, at all.
Flight mode.
The poor things. Right next to my stone deposits, though. They really don't like stones. They don't like rock-hard foundations, you know?
Replication.
The Bible
complete.
says to stand firm on rock and not on sand. These were built on sand. They did not stand firm. Hold the line. Hold the line. Oh, okay, so you can build them diagonally. That's neat.
Flight mode.
So that's my plan for the next planets, is that when I want to create ammo lines, I'm going to map out like a defensive perimeter. And also make sure that I keep it expandable. Like, if you like programming languages, Python. I'd say Ruby, but it is a highly expandable programming language, and I do think that it has been taking off ever since its debut with RPG Maker.
Flight mode. Replication complete.
Alright, let's check progress on the transport belts. $300, $300, $132, and where are we lacking in resources? Let's double check. What the heck? How did these get there? That's strange. Are my conveyor belts getting ahead of themselves? Did it again. Where's their... this? That's what it was. Alright, fixed. Probably... nope, not yet. That too. And that. That's weird. How did I not see that? Some sort of interruption. That's my guess. And speaking of interruptions, it is 11:57 a.m. Hawaii GST -10. It's just about time for lunch. It's about time we wrap things up here. I guess we'll just do a quick 2-minute review, go over what we've got accomplished. We got a lot of research accomplished. Should definitely prep ahead. So I require thruster. How do I get thruster? So I need that technology. That's combustible units. So I have to probably find in upgrades that, right? So unlock structure matrix. That's another goal to work on here. Structure matrix. Structure matrix. Anyone? Structure matrix. There's thruster. Hydrogen fuel rod. That'll be next up with thrusters coming up soon. And structure matrix will definitely be coming up soon, but we need to figure out how to get there. Where structure matrix is right there, meaning we need basic chemical engineering, and then polymer chemical engineering, then high strength crystal, and then structure matrix. High strength crystal, high strength crystal, high strength crystal. I'm just messing. Produce 2 planetary logistic stations and produce a titanium crystal using an assembling machine. So we have to wait for that. And we will definitely get to that when I return to this game. Factorio may be coming up soon. Instead of good old Dyson Sphere program, we may be playing Factorio. So I shall see you after lunchtime. You can probably expect me back right at 1 o'clock p.m. Hawaii time. Alright. Take care.